Wumble. The next one was U.S. bombs 15th alleged drug boat in Latin America. News from antiwar.com. I didn't even know that was a website. Blockchain Boog, 20 comments, 184 sats. Keyan, this is another Wumble's picks. Going spicy this week from Wumble. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I guess the Department of War chief head, U.S. War Secretary Pete Hegseth has been waging
Did they actually
war
show that?
and sharing
Oh my
it.
Gosh, that's wild.
And sharing
no.
sharing the war they're waging
Gosh.
with what they call narco terrorists, which are, people basically smuggling drugs to the United States, allegedly. I don't know. All we see, most of what they're sharing is videos of them drone bombing ships in open water. And then they tell us afterwards that they're carrying drugs. And that's kind of what we know. And it's apparent I think they've shared 15 such cases so far.
Wow.
Where they have done that. And yeah, I guess this is the new war on drugs. Is like a pretty kinetic war.
Wild. This is why you need to start your own podcast so you can defend yourself.
What does that have to do with? You think if they were recording a podcast on those boats,
it wouldn't hurt, right? They were live streaming during that boat attack. Maybe start early.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine how fun the podcast would be if we're just snorting lines of coke, like before, after, and during.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I mean, sometimes you gotta let people know that you're not a bad guy. So if what you're saying is true, maybe there's another side to the story, but we'll never know. It kind of reminds me, in all seriousness, this reminds me of, remember when they were bombing the journalists that were covering the war in Iraq and in Iran like 10, 15 years ago?
You're talking about the WikiLeaks video?
Oh, I don't think it was that one. This was like 2008, I think. Or 2000. It was like during the...
I didn't know they were bombing.
Yeah, they were bombing journalists that were covering... man, I forget. It's all a wash. My 20s, but they were doing the same thing, and they were saying that they were terrorists. But to be honest, this is not just the United States. This is every country that does this. This is why there's like the Human Rights Foundation, right? Like, this is every country that does.
So that's one side of it.
This is not just the United States.
That's one side of it. Is like these people maybe aren't narco terrorists and they're just bombing ships. The others, like if we can play the game of like, okay, maybe they are narco terrorists, and then say, is this good or bad? And
I think I don't know the situation because I'm not a political, or what is this? What is that, like a war chief, wartime chief?
You're not a war chief all this time?
No, this whole time, turns out. But I
thought you were.
I don't have enough information to comment on it, man. I do think it's interesting that they're showing the videos though. That's wild. Like, I didn't know when I clicked that video that I was going to see a bombing. I definitely don't want that in my feed.
So the other side of it is kind of like maybe there are drugs, and there are some really bad drugs in the world.
Oh, there are. Yeah, maybe those guys are responsible for it. But then the question becomes, do they deserve to get bombed out of the water with it? And should we be fighting a war on drugs, period? Yeah. I take the position that I just think drugs should be legal. So I don't see much. I kind of don't like it either way. I think whether they are carrying drugs or not, I don't like it. But I also don't like people doing drugs and dying, children doing drugs and dying.
Yeah,
and that kind of stuff. But I think that's mostly the result of it being illegal to begin with. And so you end up in this weird place where it's like, all right, so maybe I agree with their behavior if we assume that we can't change the laws as they are with respect to drugs. Maybe this is the way that you deal with the problems those laws create.
So when I saw that poster this week, I was talking to Wumble about this earlier. So I knew he was going to post this thing. So we're gonna do a song. And it reminded me of this ACL video that the Flaming Lips did like in the 2000s. And this is a crazy cover of War Pigs by Black Sabbath. And I don't know if you guys know the lyrics to War Pigs, but it's an amazing song. And Wayne Cohen's like this fucking crazy guy. Anyway, so like they do this rendition of War Pigs. You know War Pigs, right? Austin? Black Sabbath War Pigs.
We know it.
Oh, you do know it.
Yeah, we
Oh, okay.
know it.
But it's this like when I saw the video and I saw the comments, it kind of reminded me of this song, like War Pigs. It's just like, I mean, America really does enjoy its war, and I think that's what the song's about, and that's what this performance is about. It's like like, you know, good art really does make you like think about what we're looking at, and this is what really Austin it really is about. It's kind of like that. It's like this is in Austin downtown, so it's kind of freaking wild. Anyways, thought I'd share that just for something y'all to think about. Keyan, what do you think? Being that cockroach, do you feel like you're gonna get exterminated?
No. Well, apparently we survived pretty good in wartime.
Do you think if you would have survived that boat?
Yeah, I probably would have just like flown into the water. I have wings. I could fly sometimes if I really need to. I'm like a chicken.
We lost it, but I did want to ask you more about so like the stance of like drugs should be legalized.
Whoa.
Okay, following you there, because I think you said we're in this position with the drugs have gotten like more dangerous because drugs have been legalized, like because of chasing like the high. You need to do something more and more intense.
Yeah, but that's just the nature of drugs, period.
That's the nature of drugs.
Yeah.
But so now that we're in this state where like drugs are like more dangerous than ever, is that not time to like update the like should all drugs be legal?
I personally think they should be legal. I think that changes everyone's attitude toward it. Parents are prepared to educate their kids about drugs because they don't assume the state is going to do the parenting for them.
Yeah.
The other side is I think drugs are safer when they are legal because there's no reason to do fentanyl if you can get heroin that is good and clean and cheap.
Right.
Most people are doing fentanyl because it takes up like less volume and weight for the high that it gives.
Hey, welcome in. We're talking about fentanyl.
You want to say something?
No, okay. I'm following you though. That's
we're all gonna do a bump of fentanyl after this podcast.
There's just like
for any children.
To kill Tony, they were making.
Did they finally do it? Kill him?
No, they were actually trying to save people here. They had like a bottled water, like a bubbly water, and on the can it had like, what do they call it? A Narcan, like basically one of these strips that allows you to test for fentanyl.
Okay.
And the city of Austin wouldn't let them put it in stores. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they were just talking about it, but you kind of imagine that like that would be a really good product. Like, okay, I'm gonna go do some coke tonight, but I'm just gonna go grab one of these bubbly waters with a drug strip on the top.
Yeah,
and test it just in case, right?
Yeah, I can keep it so casual, convenient
on my person. Yeah. So I think just like legalize the drugs, legalize the testing strips, test everything.
Yeah,
don't trust to verify.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I asked follow up because that's helpful.
Yeah. I mean, Car had helpful input where he shared a song that it reminded him.
Yeah, it reminded me of that because I mean, I don't know. I always look at things in like extremes. And so I'm always going to look at things in extremes because it just like, that's where my mind goes to, especially when it comes to stuff like that. Like I can't see, I don't know how do I explain this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, so when I see something like, cause I just saw somebody die in a military drone strike and I wasn't expecting to see that today. So that's kind of shocking.
I didn't think there were people on the boat. I couldn't even see them. I tried watching the video and looking at them.
Shout out the Flaming Lips are from Oklahoma City.
There you go. But yeah, like to me, it's just like hard to fathom that. Like I wasn't expecting to see that today. And then, yeah. And so when I see that, it's like, what's the artistic way to express that kind of thing, that feeling? Flaming Lips doing War Pigs at ACL with blood on his face, screaming, you know, the war machine is coming. That's how you express that. And I thought it was a good rendition of it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have, known about that song.
It's cool. You should listen to it. It's a really good cover. You got Cat Power to join him on that one.